They'll be calling you a radical. I'm going to talk about Rule 48. I'm going to talk about deflation's in full flight. Cassandras Son's at it again. I'm going to talk about the Pacific Genocide, your money, your wealth, the manipulation that's going on through, oh, free market, free market, free market. We got rid of Glass-Steagall. I knew Mariner personally. That's Glass-Steagall right there, here, my place. Oh, get rid of it, get rid of it. Get rid of all the protections for us because we want to support these guys so they can. I want to talk about Rule 48 right off the get, and I'm going to talk about the American economy, and this is only a matter of time. This house of cards comes apart. The market manipulation that's going on, and why. I'll tell you why this is so different than 2008. Because as stocks went like this, in 2008, gold went like this. But then they got clear down to 6,500. I'm going to talk a little bit about opportunity costs. I'm talking about your 401k scam. I'm going to talk a lot about your property value and why the incredible incentive to have no deflation they throw in the kitchen sink to keep your false equity levels up because there is no working class. The participation rate's under 50%. The only way they fund these municipalities is fear economy, more police when they don't have anything to do. I have friends that are cops. They says, there's no fire, whatever. These mayors have given themselves nothing but raises. Academians give themselves double, triple raises because the young wolves have no jobs, whatever. So they have to keep because they cannot fund through the tax base. The middle class has always been the tax base. There is no middle class, so they have to do it through property tax. But this time, what happened when the market crashed in 87? What happened when the market crashed in 2000, March 10th? What happened when the market crashed 2008? The Fed stepped in and slashed the interest rate. The only tool the Fed ever had is the interest rate. Oh, they shot all their quivers. What's QE 1, 2, 3? But you gave them manipulation power. As Bush, that rat, let's see, the party. You know the word for the party. The Democrat-Republican Party, it's one word. Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama. By the way, Clinton and Obama, the two biggest globalists of all the far-right neoconservatives. They're far-right, radical, free market globalists, but you've all fed into it. Get rid of these so they can manipulate. Rule 48 was implied this morning. I want to talk about Rule 48, and I want to talk about switch hats a little bit because I'm a man of many hats. Comrade, this is the real thing. I got this in East Berlin. It's very real, comrades. And I want to talk about the communism. What? Capitalism? Obama's a socialist. I'm an astronaut. Are you kidding me? Comrades, let's see. All your redistribution of wealth, which we are the most taxed people in the world, except for here's the difference. The redistribution of our wealth goes to the military. Mayday, mayday, every day. Sound familiar? Can't go on. We know what happened to the Soviet Union. You know how poor they are in the Ukraine? You understand the thrashing of the globalist currency, what they're doing to those poor people over there? It's insane. It's hideous. Because of this. Because of this. They've done nothing but kick the can. That's all you've done. Kick the can. Kick the can. All roads lead to Vienna. Absolutely. You know, so the environment being thrashed, you don't think that has an economic impact? It has a huge economic impact. So let's talk about this because you've been hung out to dry. You've been hung out to dry, but you did it yourselves in so many ways. This is deflation. Deflation is good for everybody except for the asset class. Oh, you're all the asset class. How? Your house, your fake equity and mortgage. Look, there's not enough young baby boomers. What are they working at? Starbucks making $10 an hour? They're going to buy your big ugly man. They don't want it anyway because you have to pay property tax. I have a friend who moved from here to San Diego. Oh, bought me this beautiful house. I says, why? Why don't you get one of those little hotels, whatever. His payment's $3,000 a month, property tax and insurance. The biggest shakedown ever, insurance. I won't stop there. By the way, the sharks, a friend of mine, he talked to me, he says, well, you think the shark attacks are starving? The ocean's all starving to death, and I'm involved with this group right here. I'm involved with a lot of groups, but I'm very, very excited. I've gotten to know a lot of the great Middle Eastern environmentalists through this group already. It's peace through art. I'm the American representative. I'm very excited about this group. I met this great environmentalist in Iran who has been documenting the dying whales there. I mean, this is a global epidemic, but the deflational cycle, now, Rule 48, how does it work? They completely degrade. Now, you get this. You don't think this is fascism on BLACO. So Rule 48, what it says, if there's a flood in the open pre-market before the market is actually open, that they don't have to put the real prices out. They don't have to tell you the prices. These stocks don't have to price, which that's how a market works. No, they don't have to price. So the only people that know the real price is the inside. They're able to manipulate and control. And this is set up perfectly. The sell-off on Friday, then Monday, then we get Black Tuesday. But here's the difference this time. While Obama holds his button and drones whole families, that rat freaking far-right neoconservative white freaking Brad Pitt's actor from Kansas or Kauai or Indonesia, whatever, you know, he surely isn't black. He surely doesn't represent, he's the greatest masquerade party. As he drones whole families of babies. On the other hand, they have a button to turn off the, yeah, look, the hedge funds, of course, they're making a lot of money because it's all computerized. So the computer kicks in down 2%, then up 3%. That was the swings today. They made more money in the last 2 trading sessions than they made in 15 months combined. But let me tell you, CEOs and these rats, they're not hedge funds. And they're making phone calls to Obama. Well, the defense contractors, they'll probably shut down the market in the name of national defense, because what is the market? Hey, why you have all these bombs and you're sick, and Uncle Sam, you got all these bombs there and you send 12 times more than anybody else, yet you're still afraid of your own shadow. You still have no self-confidence. He says to his psychiatrist, Uncle Tom's psychiatrist, the psychiatrist looks at him and says, easy, you have a military industrialized complex. On BLACO, the economy of fear. Look, deflation is good. It is good. We want deflation. Here's the difference. Gold lost how much today? Whatever. I'm telling you, there's nowhere to hide. If I had money right now, and Cassandra did it again, when I was in Copenhagen, and they black screened the markets, you know I've been pro-market for 4 years. I'm going to talk about opportunity cost. These guys get out, going back with market at 63. I have been Cassandra. I really have been Cassandra's son. If you don't know who Cassandra was, Greek mythology, she wouldn't sleep with Apollo. Apollo cursed her with seeing the future. That's a curse? Yeah, but nobody will believe you, and none of their heirs will believe you. Look, I did a video at silver at 47, get out, buy the triple leverage, and not just videos, I was doing it. Gold to the day 1900. Video after video predicting my own leukemia. Freaking went into the bone marrow trial. I forked over all my money to get into the bone. I've been fighting leukemia for the last 4 years. 4 years ago, I'm up every morning when the market's melting down there. Double down, double down. The market was 9,500. It went to 18,000 in those 4 years. So you got out. Let's do the math, kids. You got out. I know the average redemption was filed at 7,500 down in 2008. So you got out average 7,500. I doubled down. A lot of, you know, I told people to double down. Went to 18,000, so you got 100,000 you sold there. You bought gold at an average of 1,700. Hits under 1,100. You bought silver at an average of 35. It's 14. Do I need to keep going on? Do I need to go, you know, wow. You got slaughtered. It's called opportunity cost. I told you to stay in for 4 years. I made a lot of people, told you to buy Tesla at 14. These are Cassandra. It's impossible what I've been able to do. Absolutely impossible. But it wasn't my place and time. How come you're not so rich? I am rich, because wealth's not money. I forked over all my money to save my own life. In the best bone marrow transplant unit in the world, by the way. That doctor from Copenhagen. As I was in Copenhagen when I made this call. Rule 48 is pure fascism. Pure manipulation. Pure you go, oh, I get rid of Glass-Steagall. We're free market fair. Well, what do you do about it? Ain't gonna hurt me. I ain't, well, what? I got a 401k, but I got it in the conservative. You just hand them your money. You ain't got a 401k. They're going to gut you, loot you. By the way, as I said a long time ago, 4 years, I'm all for trading the market, putting your market in the market, but you better understand it and do it. And if you don't give these monsters your money. Just put it in the bank. And I know that's why they, again, 0% they force you to these monsters. They handle up the whole world to the defense contractors and these Wall Street crooks. You know, so get this. Guess what their new angle is? They're going to change the 401k age limit to 75. That's right. That's right. Yellen said herself. Is it her fault? Hell no. Bernanke? Oh yeah. Greenspan, the greatest terrorist in human history. 0% interest rate. They used all their quivers. Now they'll manipulate. They'll play games. Q1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on BLACO. They'll play every game. Now where would I hide if I had money right now? Easy. I'd be buying euros. I'd be buying. The dollar's reeled in for about, oh, it's going to crash the dollar. In 2003, the dollar went from 85 cents, 75. I was in Manhattan the day that the euro went public. He said that, we hope someday to have the dollar trading, or the euro trading equivalent to the dollar. It was 75 cents. When the war broke out, we became this military client, went to $1.65. It's reeled clear back in. It got to $1.08. It got killed today, by the way. I'd be buying British pounds, believe it or not. Why? Because they don't have a military. They don't need it. The Queen's military is called the United States colony. The United States ignorant. Woo, fear economy. You're willing to hand over your firstborn to the Queen for this globalization mass murdering drone. And the guy told me, oh, Obama's got the same thing as Clinton without a war. What? I was with a kid in Slovakia. I was in Slovakia. He grew up there when they were bombing the shit out of there. We get lied to. You know how many people Obama's killed the drone? He's perpetuated these wars. He's a fucking worse, he's as big as war criminal as Bush and Cheney. That's saying a lot. I won't stop there. So I would go into the euro. I would buy Danish crowns. I would buy Norwegian currencies. Any of these good, the Swiss franc. What do you think Bush and Obama and all these guys? And like I said, deport Trump, deport Bush, deport Clinton. They already deported themselves to Geneva, Switzerland to visit their Swiss bank account. Take their trucks out. I won't stop there. Rule 48, you ask for it, you free market it, you got it. So what that does, it closes the market. When they won't even price, which is how do you trade stocks without price? Only they know the prices. Black screen out. Cassandra did it again. But leukemia took all my money, but I had a lot of money when I got sick. That was 4 years ago, and I forked it over, and it broke me in because it wasn't my place in time. I understand that, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, I'm an anti-nuclear activist. I'm an artist trying to save humanity. That's what I am. That's what I do. Cancer changed me? How could it not? Very excited to be involved with these great artists all over the world. It's a really amazing group. I'm very excited. And so, we're about peace. The whole world, because we're all in this together. This isn't Muslim, Jew, Christian, atheist. It has nothing to do with black, white, brown. This has nothing to do with that. This has to do with the globalists, as all the money's been sucked up by the tiny, tiny few. That's exactly what happened to 20 million. There's not enough money out there. Everybody's faking it. Everybody's faking it. They're faking it in their house. I could prove it. Socioeconomics is known for hundreds of years. Every test shows that the one thing people are not willing to openly talk about is their sexuality. That got passed a decade ago. They're dead. Everybody's faking it. And so there's not enough money. And these young people working at Starbucks, they're going to buy your $1 million piece of shit. You move into San Diego, push the baby wolves, born and raised San Diego, San Francisco. Get out. You're born and raised. Oh, what? Rent's $2,000 a month? Yeah, get a job. Oh, serving coffee for $10? What's a tariff? What's a usury law? What's an antitrust law? We're all in this together globally because it's the environment. The jet stream is I went all in Fukushima because that's the top of the heap. Cancer trumps everything. Get rid of your shit. Get rid of your shit. Downsize. Walk. Quit kicking the can. Rule 48's more fashion, but that's the way you wanted it. You just hand it over to these monsters and let you do anything you want. Free market, let these monsters do it. You got rid of Glass-Steagall, you got rid of them, all these things to protect us. You unwound them all. John Steinbeck, I'll end with this. The grapes of wrath. I call this the molded grapes of wrath. Death by 1,000 cuts. We simply went from the we to the I. John Steinbeck. Kevin Blanch. We simply went from the we to the I. Back to the capital we, 1945 to 19. Back to the capital Greenspan, I. Sucked it up, they're back, 1929, all over again. On nuclear, on BLACO. Deflation's good. Stay tuned.